In this short video, I'm going to discuss plant labels, a topic that seems benign at first, but may actually be contributing to the contamination of your garden soil. We've all seen these garden labels. They tell you what the plant is and often have a colorful picture of the plant. And you think to yourself, how convenient, I'm going to use these to mark plants after I put them in the ground. But I'm going to explain why you should never do that, what to do instead, and at the end, I'll give you a bonus tip that I guarantee you'll find useful. So what's wrong with these colorful labels that come with nursery plants? Instead of explaining, let me show you. This label has been sitting in the sun for over the last year. If you use these, they will break down, crumble, and you end up dumping microplastics directly into your soil. One of the main reasons I raise my own vegetables is it's the only way to get chemical-free produce. Produce from stores has been doused in herbicides, pesticides, enzymes, and root inhibitors. I want to know that the food I'm eating isn't going to give me cancer 5 years from now, and the only way to guarantee this is to grow it myself. These labels are made from thin, cheap, low-quality plastic that hasn't been UV treated. Exposure to sunlight quickly breaks them down, causing them to become brittle, crumble, and eventually turn to powder. Nurseries use them because they're cheap and they're not designed to last beyond the sale. Microplastics in your soil can release toxic plasticizers, stabilizers, change the soil structure, affect water retention, and potentially harm earthworms, microbes, and fungi. And there's even the possibility that some of these toxic compounds can make their way into plants themselves. So what's the alternative? Right now I'm growing 5 different varieties of tomatoes. It's not always easy to tell the difference between them. I also like to mark rows where I've planted seeds so I know where they are before they sprout. So we need labels, but better ones. Before I show my solution, let me mention that I'm Tim, an electrical engineer who applies engineering principles to gardening. If that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing. Okay, this is my solution, 3D printed labels. I designed these in CAD and have been using these for several years now, and they work great. I print them using PETG or ASA. Both are much more UV resistant. Avoid ABS, which degrades in sunlight, and PLA, which can soften and warp in the heat. These labels are thick, durable, and reusable. At the end of the season, I just pull them out, organize them, and store them for the next year. Another big advantage is quantity. When you buy a nursery pack, you usually only get one label for multiple plants. But when I print my own, I can label each plant individually so that the label follows the plant for its entire life cycle. No more guessing whether a plant's broccoli or cabbage. I've also created these larger plant labels that can be used for larger plants or for labeling garden sections. These labels are cheap and you can easily print them in any quantity that you need. I put links to 3D printable files down below in the description. If you don't have a printer and would like to try it out, contact me. At the beginning of the video, I promised you a bonus tip, so here it is. Never use a Sharpie or other inked pen to write the labels. Ink will quickly fade in the sun, and within a couple of weeks, the writing will disappear. The solution is to use a grease pencil. You can get them anywhere, like hardware stores or online. The grease doesn't degrade from UV and will last forever. So what do you think about these plant labeling ideas? How do you label your plants? Let me know in the comments below. On this channel, we don't just follow gardening methods, we engineer new ones. If you made it this far, I guarantee you'll enjoy my other videos, so you might as well subscribe. And check out vegetronics.com for more cool gardening gadgets and automation ideas. And if you're interested in gardening tools, check out my video on how I designed an unexpected way to keep self-closing gates open right here.